Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Time Pass with the New Indian Express. I have with me today Shoojit Sircar, one of India's most beloved filmmakers, who makes everything from bodily fluids to a crumbling old mansion in Lucknow. He makes it so relatable and so lovable. And one of, I think, India's most sensitive filmmakers as well. He seems to know exactly how middle class India's heart beats. So, welcome, Shujit, from the city of Calcutta, which I think must be an inspiration to you as it is to many others who've grown up there and spent some time there. It's a city full of stories and full of magic, a lot of hardships as well. So it tells us really how to live our best life. And also, many congratulations on Gulabo Sitabo. I'm so glad that you released it on Amazon and we got to see it during these times. So, first, of course, before I let you even get in a word in edgeways, I have to ask about, I think, the tragic death that we saw just a couple of days ago of Sushant Singh Rajput, a very young actor. I'm sure you've interacted with him. I wanted to ask what you felt. I mean, it's a stupid question, but it really is a great loss, isn't it?
Yes, of course. I mean, I just came out of. I was trying to get out of Irfan Khan's death, and
Yeah,
then this happens. So I think, yeah, I think it's a tragedy. Of course, it's the tragedy of situation. It's the tragedy of the moment in our lives. A lot of people are talking about that it's a mental stress and depression, but I think for somebody to take his own life, there must be many reasons to it. Just one reason won't be enough for somebody to take his life.
right.
What goes on to that in that person's head, nobody knows. Only that person. So even if it's a momentary or what, but I think yes, it's sad, and I think uh, this should be discussed in a positive way, not in a negative way, because one death should not trigger any other things, any other depression patients.
Hmm.
So I think it's really very sensitively handled with people because depression is a certain, it's a, such a kind of a human behavior uh, which is uh, which is more dangerous than a virus.
Hmm.
It's got a very much of, it's got a triggering, what I call attitude
Yeah,
in its role.
right.
So yeah, it's quite lost for the industry. It's quite bad for the industry, and I think we all are feeling a little shameful. But yeah, what can we do at this moment?
Yeah. Did you interact much with him, Shuji?
Less. I've interacted with him mostly on stages, and he knows me. He's been in. Uh, of course, he wanted to work with me, so I knew it that much.
Yeah,
Not not too personally. Yeah.
yeah. Sujit, what is the reaction to Gulabo Sitabo been? It's such a lovely little film, and it talks about the passing of an era, in front of our eyes virtually. And there's so many aspects to it. I'll come to them one by one. But first, I wanted to ask you about the reaction to it, because the fact that you did finally release it on streaming, despite uh, a huge outrage from the theater owners.
Uh, the reaction has been quite mixed actually.
Huh?
So some people have really enjoyed and have have lots of praises and love.
Yeah.
Some people have they've been quite disappointed with the film
Mm.
because of its pace.
Yeah.
So these are the two reactions basically coming in.
Right.
Basically, a lot of people think that the film is really slow, and a lot of people not lot, and some people expected this to be Piku 2 or Vicky Donor Part 2.
Right.
So, so, so Gulabo Sitabo is Gulabo Sitabo. This
Exactly.
can't be Piku or this can't be Vicky Donor.
Yeah.
Uh,
But Lucknow is so lovingly displayed here, almost as lovingly as Amitabh Bachchan and Ayushmann Khurrana. How much of a factor was it in your filmmaking? It's almost like a character.
Yes, I think Lucknow and especially the Fatima Mahal, the Haveli,
Yes.
I think they were very important characters in the film. Because I think Fatima Mahal, somebody wrote to me, Fatima Mahal is the hero of this film, uh,
Absolutely.
and Begum the heroine.
Yeah.
I said, I said yes, you well said. Yes, it is. The film is set in old city, so I've tried to be there in the old city
Hmm.
because the film actually revolves around this Begum, Mirza, and Bake,
Right.
these three characters. So I have not ventured too much out in the new Lucknow.
Yeah.
It's their places of work and where they go around.
Right.
Um, so the Mirza is little awara types. He doesn't have any work. He just loiters around and eats, and you don't know what he does. And there are old men of that age who do like this. They don't know what they're doing. They're going around
Yeah.
sitting. So I call him a little awara old man. Of course, Bake is just managing somehow hand to mouth. Somehow is
Yeah.
managing his life. And Begum is a royal. She lives like she still thinks she's in that glory.
Yeah. And
That's
keeps talking about Nehruji, which I
ha,
loved.
so she has a little memory. She's still living in that era.
Right.
And yes, and बीच बीच में नेहरू जी आ जाते हैं. And of course she is little troubled with her memory.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I think. But she is still lives with her royal way. These in these Havelis people used to live. With that
Right.
legacy.
Right.
Um, it's very difficult to let go. But
Yeah.
she doesn't let Mirza uh, rule the house at all. She
Not
rules
at all.
everything. She
Absolutely.
doesn't let anybody enter the room also.
Yeah.
Mirza will have to ask permissions that can she and can he enter the room. So that's how is our Begum is.
So Fatima Mahal is an actual place. Is it someone's Haveli? Was it someone's home?
Yes, it is in Kesar Bagh, and it's a part of the Mahmudabad Palace.
Okay.
And when we found that location,
This is a
and
disputed property, isn't it, Shujit? The one that I think because he went to Pakistan, they still don't know. Is it
I
the
don't
same
know the
property?
details.
Okay.
I'm not aware of the details. So they allowed us to shoot. Of course, the condition of the some portion of the house was really dilapidated. Uh, so when I went back after seeing the location, I told Juhi to do some changes according to the structure of this because
Right.
we had to establish this Haveli, and this was our world. So I was trying to create this world in such a way that we know in and out of the Haveli who lives where and
Yeah.
how.
Yeah.
So that we managed finally when we saw the house. Earlier, when we were scripting, our house structure was a little different,
Right.
but then we adapted this house as we got this location into the script. And when my cinematographer came, he decided that we'll shoot this film in one single lens. And it was the
Okay.
wide lens that you see. That's why you see everything wide. Everything
Why?
is visible. Everything is
Yeah.
visible.
Right.
So he said it's a story of these people. So we should not hide anything. Everything should be naked.
Right.
So that's why you see everything is shot in one single 30 prime lens,
Right.
and close up or wide. It's all white.
Yeah. And the women, of course, everyone has loved the women in the film. Whether it's Farooq or Farooq Jafar or Shrishti, that's Guddu, right?
Yes.
Who Brijendra Kala's words for her perfect. She's just too good, too good. So
And Fauji also, I think
yeah, of course, yeah.
Fauji also.
So
Yeah.
these women are so engagingly written and so beautifully shown. Talk a little about each of them.
Well, I'll start with Fauzia first. I'll come to Begum later.
Yeah,
Fauzia is also um, she's also has her own mind,
yeah,
and she's ready to possibly um, can could have possibly married Bake. We don't know.
yeah.
But you could see that relationship is like friends with benefits kind of,
Yeah.
relationship. They meet at the Atta Chakki, so that's a bizarre place to meet. So
They don't just meet there, Shujit. They do a lot more.
yes, I know. Yes, I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's a friends with benefits there. Uh, uh, so I think, but she's very clear. I think finally she chooses what she wants to do, and
Yeah.
she wants to. She decides her own life, and she marries a man with who's got a car and who's good, and she looks for luxury in her life, and I think she has got the right to do it. She comes and, of course, sarcastically, she comes here and she says bye to him, which
Yeah,
was
but
really
I love the way she says it, Shujit. That is the beauty of your cinema. Without saying much, you say so much. You have Fauzia asking for organic atta. So, and then of course she says, "Yahan kahan milega? Mall mein." So immediately she establishes that she is a step up above him. You know.
yes. I mean, he can't reach him. She's moved on in
Yeah.
life, and tum wahi ke wahi pe ho. Basically, you
Exactly.
are still there. You have
Exactly.
not. Yeah.
So it's not just the
Uh,
car; it's also the way she asks for that atta, and
yes.
it's
Yes.
so beautiful.
It's basically also that you will be a loser because
Huh.
Banke has you've not been able to smart enough to deal with your life one, and
Right.
you've been a greedy, so of course
Yeah.
life has set you back there. So that's what I felt.
Yeah.
With Guddo, I think Guddo also was very clear in her life that what she wants to do.
Yeah.
She is an absolute jugaad woman,
Absolutely.
and for her family, she is ready to do and all the jugards, whatever.
Right.
She
Right.
also had three boyfriends. Her boyfriend says कि हम
Yeah.
तीसरे हैं,
Huh.
and she says हाँ मतलब दूसरों के साथ मजा नहीं आया. So she's very independent sexually also,
Yeah.
which is also not overtly shown, nothing, but it's
Yeah.
just very that she's strong in that way. I mean,
Right.
she has decided, she's already decided and sorted
Yeah.
what she wants in her life, and she's so. And of course, she has got two sisters. She knows she has a mother,
Yeah.
and also somewhere down the line, I think she knows that finally I am going to take care of this family,
Yeah.
not my brother,
Exactly.
because he doesn't look like strong enough.
Yeah.
And these characters, both Mirza and Bake, have shown enough of their foolishness,
Yeah.
through their whatever acts,
Right.
so that they can. And of course, she's much more literate in terms of her knowledge because she's studying and she's graduating, and her brother has, of course, because of the Chucky,
Yeah.
he couldn't. Yeah. So
Also, I think the fact that she can speak English, it's a big thing.
also,
Yeah.
yes, of
Yeah.
course, she's a bit knowledgeable in terms of she studied better, at least
Yeah.
in academics than, of course, this, and that's why she goes with full front foot with the archaeology Ganesh, that
Yeah.
get me a job, even if she has to you know be with him in a in a lodge,
Yes.
you know
She's
so
quite
she,
happy to do that.
yeah, doesn't mind.
Yeah.
She has got her motto fixed, and she
Yeah.
knows where to go. So I think that was quite progressive in a way of her own choices. I
Yeah.
think that's absolutely, she has her own
And
choices. And
actually, now there's so many young women who realize that they have to take care of the families. The brothers may not necessarily be able to do it. So
of
it's not
course, yeah,
surprising. You see so many young women like this
yes, exactly.
across
And I think
clubs.
it should be like this also. I
Yeah.
think it's just that we have never given that chance possibly. We
Yeah.
never thought like that possibly. Yes. And finally, as I said, I've already given you Begum, who Begum is. Begum is, of course, the rock star.
Yeah.
See, Begum knows. I think Begum clarifies everything in that one letter. What
Yeah.
she is,
Yeah.
you know, what were the human side to her, and what she wanted, she got back.
Right.
She even asks him that, uh, see, in the last scene also, if you see, it's very clear and evident that he married him for Haveli, she married him for her sexuality.
Right.
That's what very clear. That उन्होंने तुम पे क्या देखा, मेरी जवानी देखा,
Very
and
Javani. And when he says that, you really crack up because Amitabh Bachchan looks so affronted that anyone could ask him.
see,
I
because
mean,
I think she got married to a man who is 15 year old, younger to
younger,
her, and
yeah.
of course. sexuality would have played a
Of
major
course.
yeah, in her mind. So, and she finally leaves and she goes. I mean, she says, I would have given the Haveli to you, but when I thought she wants to keep her father's heritage
Right.
safe and sound, and she doesn't want to get it out. And that's her emotional bit with the Haveli, which I think everybody has.
Yeah,
They
of
want to
course.
Haveli is like your father or the mother or in
Yeah.
your house, anything. So that's what she does.
So, for Amitabh Bachchan to walk around with that hunch and, to wear all that prosthetic makeup, I mean, he must have had a blast. He must have been laughing behind that makeup all the time. How difficult was it to, you know, uh, control the laughter on the set actually? Because both of them played so straight, Banke and Amitabh Bachchan. But the
Correct.
lines are actually so funny.
Yeah. See, only I knew that Mr. Bachchan because nobody could recognize him first on the set. First. So, like as Ayushmann said, I didn't feel Bachchan Saab was acting. I was thinking it was Mirza, and I would go to his ears, Ayushmann, because in the beginning few days he was little hesitant, but I'll say he's not Amitabh Bachchan, he's Mirza, he's
Yeah.
Mirza, he's Mirza, always in his ears.
Yeah.
So so that the bantering can be quite smooth and should be believable.
Right.
But for Mirza, it was I knew that Mr. Bachchan is laughing. Actually, nobody could understand that. I know him for the last 16, 17 years now.
Yeah.
I can see his eyes and I know what is he thinking and what is he doing there.
Yeah.
So little bit of an idea I have. But uh, for him to carry this posture or this even the just a min karke
Ah,
baat karna in a very just keep on just mumbling something all the time. Of all this, I think brought his character more Mirza than obviously all the time we talk about that Mr. Bachchan
the
somewhere
Bachchan.
character is
Yeah.
always there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think this time he
This time he just
deconstructed it.
yeah, he just disappeared into Mirza, I think. Just
Yes, I think that's what absolutely his credit to go to way he looked, the way he behaved. Uh, like basically उसको बोलते भी हैं कि and anybody could say anything to him.
yeah.
So there are many days on the set he will come and sit there and he will tell
On his
Ayushmann,
4 chairs.
he will say with 4 chairs and he'll say पता नहीं मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ इस फिल्म में जो भी आ रहा है गाली देके जा रहा है मेरे को uh,
Must have been a new experience for him.
uh, तो आयुष्मान सो मैंने बोला नहीं सर ये तो है ऐसे बोलते नहीं मालूम है सुजीत ये छोड़ेगा नहीं ये मुझे मालूम है सबसे बोल रहा है गाली दे दो बस बकरी बचाया गाली देने के लिए बाकी सबने दे दिया
Was Ayushmann a little intimidated?
only first few days possibly I guess I mean of course you have Amitabh Bachchan sir in front so it is you cannot avoid that it's just that when he was camera was rolling and he will hunch and Ayushmann said that he was so close to me I felt him I didn't feel Amitabh Bachchan that
Yeah, the height and all that.
yeah and yeah so I think first few days yes but then it was all okay then I think everything went smooth.
And Ayushmann's lisp is again very interesting. You gave him a lisp.
It was not my idea; it was his idea. So I
Oh,
was so
acha.
thankful to him. Yeah. So in the beginning, it was not. So before just before we were about to go and we were doing a costume trial a day before in the evening. Before that, we have spoken and we knew
Yeah.
what to do. So last day, he came up with this thought that Shweta, just see how I'm speaking. Do you think it can work?
Ah,
And he did. He did that.
yeah.
And instantly I loved it. I said, absolutely, just go for it.
Yeah.
I said, will you be able to hold it and carry on to the entire film? He said, yes, it's easy for me. I can do it.
Mm.
I said, then I think that gave a character to him. I think.
Yeah, that somehow added to that loserish persona.
Yes, yeah, they're both losers. Yeah, exactly.
And in a way, I mean, you couldn't have made it at a better time. The timing is so amazingly perfect. This is a movie that speaks to us at this time when we are reassessing everything. Was that a happy coincidence, or did you feel that, you know,
Yes, I guess it's a happy coincidence. Unfortunately, yes. Um, this film is almost like what the song, at the end
oh my God, that
says.
song is
Yeah.
just amazing.
So
I'm going
it's
to ask you to
inspired.
sing a little bit of it later.
So it's a so I think uh, the tragedy and the tragic is, of course, it hits you at the end because you don't know every day our human behavior.
Yeah,
Like what you said, in this lockdown, possibly it's a right time for people to introspect. I doubt everybody will because people's memory is very, very short.
yeah,
But whoever it must have touched, it will touch quite deep, possibly.
yeah,
Like it
yeah,
has touched me deep to think when I was doing this film also
yeah,
that nothing is planned, so everything is quite unplanned. But it's a tragic times, and I think introspection is very important. And I think uh, minimalism has come in again. I guess for a lot of people. So
yes.
I think a lot of things comes together, to encapsulating this entire film.